everybody, Prowl here, and today I have some brand new discoveries to share with you. At least I think they're new. I've never heard of anybody finding out these things before, and it has to do with spawning in the Wither. And we're going to go over, this is kind of how things are going to be laid out. We're going to go over what I discovered and exactly how spawning in the Wither works. And then I'm going to go over some ways in which I found to use that give us new ways to kill the Wither, and some new things that I discovered that I don't quite know how to use yet, or maybe aren't even useful at all. Those things are going to involve the Dragon's Perch in the end. We haven't been able to use that to kill the Wither for a long time. You can use it again. I figured out how. Kinda, there's an asterisk. Also, reinforced deep slate. Yeah, reinforced deep slate. Interesting stuff. And that method that you know and love, for those of you that do like to farm the Wither, where you go down to Bedrock and you go to those specific coordinates and you farm the Wither, that's all in the past. I can show you incredibly easily the exact way to find those types of spaces everywhere. They are all over the place. You can go anywhere in your world, dig down to Bedrock, and find a space with absolutely no problem and be 100% certain that that space is going to work. I'm going to give you all of that too. Big shout out to my stream. We did this for like 4 hours yesterday. I get distracted by things. I just wanted to fight the Wither and kill it. And instead we went down this rabbit hole of discoveries, and it was really awesome. And they helped me out along the way in various ways. So stream, thank you very much. So first, let's talk about the different orientations. And we're going to talk about a few different things as we go in terms of the mechanics of the Wither and how it works, in order to better understand these methods that we're about to show. And I guess let me throw in two things too, because I always get this. Number one, this is for Bedrock Edition. I haven't tried this in Java Edition, but the Wither in Java is a totally different animal. Spawning in Java is a totally different animal. I'm like 99.999% sure none of this pertains to Java Edition at all. So if you're on Java Edition, continue watching just to learn cool stuff. But otherwise, this doesn't really affect you. And number two, as I go through this, if you have any discoveries to add, more importantly, if you find a use for some of the things that I'm going to show you beyond the uses that I'm showing you, I really want to know. I really do. So drop me down in the comments below, or hop into the Discord, or hop into a live stream so we can like take a look and test them out, especially if you have ways that come of this to farm the Wither differently, especially using the reinforced deep slate. Again, I'm going to show you all of that. So let me start out with this. Let's start out with the basics. There's 3 different ways or orientations you can use to spawn the Wither. There's the upright way, which most people use when they just fight the Wither. And then there are the other ways where it's like a slightly different orientation, where if you're going to do some kind of cheesy method of killing the Wither, this one's usually used for the end gateways and was used for the portal in the end. The Dragon's Perch in the end, and this way is typically used down at Bedrock for killing it in the Bedrock floor. Okay, it's important to talk about this because there are slightly different spawning mechanics for each different one, and importantly, these mechanics are going to involve a lot of coordinates. Okay, so we're going to be talking about coordinates, and the way I talk about coordinates is not the way that most technical players do, because I'm too impatient and I'm too old for that. Okay, I'm just too old for it. I'm not too old for it. I just don't want to learn it my way. I think is better, which is the X, Y, and Z coordinates. We're not going to be talking north, south, east, west. I'm not going to tell you to go find a sunflower and place it down and see which way it faces. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell you to look at the sun. I'm not going to tell you any of that. I'm going to keep it easy. I'm going to be telling you what direction things go by positive or negative X, which is the first coordinate, Y, which is the middle coordinate, and Z, which is the last coordinate. So it's going to be super easy for you to know as long as you have coordinates turned on. So let's start with this guy right here. If we have a Wither spawning in here, what he's going to do is he's going to check a few different blocks to see if it can spawn. Okay, believe it or not, it does not actually check or maybe it does check the blocks. I think it checks the blocks that it tries to spawn in, and those blocks they're blocked. There's blocks there, so it actually does not even try to spawn in the spot in which you spawn it. It doesn't. It's weird, right? It actually will try to spawn behind it, and it checks these 2 blocks and these 2 blocks only. At least I think it could check this block too. Hold on, let me do some tie testing real quick. Okay, testing complete. it does not check this block. So these two blocks right here, it will check. And these blocks are, this is specifically in the positive X direction. So you see when I move this way, my X coordinate goes up, positive, right? So positive X direction, it will check either one of these two blocks. It could be one or the other or both. It doesn't matter. If one or the other or both are blocked, that spawn, well, it won't fail. What it'll do is it will move back and then check the next blocks. If there's nothing there, the wither will appear there. Or if there is something there, then it'll go back again. And then it'll go back one more time. I'm going to use bedrock blocks for this, and you'll see why here in a little bit. It'll go back one more time. And if this block is obstructed, these two spaces are obstructed, at that point, the wither's like, okay, I don't care. This is where I'm spawning. So it will go back up to 4 blocks, and then it will always spawn on that 4th block back, no matter what. That's where it spawns. Now, I'm going to use bedrock here for a specific reason. I have tested, I don't want to say everything, but I've tested everything I thought I could that would be a potential candidate to work. And this is what I found. If you don't do any damage, if the wither takes no damage, you can, I don't know if this is like relog proof or anything. I didn't test relogging, but you can trap the wither. You can trap it inside of waterlogged blocks and he'll stay there. I used copper grates that were waterlogged and I surrounded it by steps that were waterlogged. We were able to effectively trap the wither. He didn't move. He was stuck. He couldn't go anywhere. He stayed there. But the second that the wither takes any form of damage, player damage, mob damage, suffocation damage, the wither can't drown, so that's why it doesn't take damage when it's inside of water. It blows up everything. It's all gone. It destroys it all. The only 2 things that I found that it will not destroy are blocks that are unobtainable in survival Minecraft. Bedrock is one of them, and reinforced deep slate is the other one. I know of nothing else. I know of no way to create something else that it won't destroy. It destroys it all. If you find or know something else, you got to let me know ASAP. But these are all I know. And as far as I know, all methods of getting Bedrock in Bedrock Edition have been removed. I could be wrong about that. There may be some like really crazy ways to get it. I've never heard of anybody obtaining reinforced deep slate. I tried to look it up. If you could find a way to get reinforced deep slate, like maybe via the methods that we used to use to get Bedrock, please let me know. Like you need to DM me, hop in my Discord, drop it down in the comment section, something. Let me know ASAP. I have to know. But as far as I know, no obtainable blocks are available to get that cannot be destroyed. So let's go back to the wither. The way this guy will spawn is he will spawn 4 blocks back and then Y level +1 for his head. So X +4, 1, 2, 3, 4, Y +1. His head's going to be right there. His tail's going to be right here. He's 3 blocks tall. So if I want to trap the wither, I have to have some type of configuration like this. And the wither will, if you only have these things, if there's nothing below it, it will drop down. So I have to have something right there. If I spawn the wither right here, 100% of the time, no matter what, he will go back 4 blocks and up 1 block. And he is stuck. He will not move out. He will not move up. He will not move down. I will show you. There he goes. You will see he is permanently stuck. There you go. Oh no. I forgot there needs to be another block on the bottom. Let me reset. Yeah, he actually could fall down upwards of 2 blocks below. I don't quite know why that is, but that is how it works. I forgot about that. So let's kind of reset this really quick. We need to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since this block is blocked, these ones, this open space won't matter. There we go. He moves back. Now he will not be able to sink through. I could kind of see this as it was happening because his tail was inside of that block. Now he should not be able to fall down. He will be stuck. He will not go anywhere. There you go. So he'll cause a lot of havoc. His stuff can fly out, but he can't get out of there. He will die in that. Okay, now for this orientation right here, I had to do a little bit further testing. I changed it to bedrock, so I got tired of the blocks getting exploded. But this is how it works. It's a similar principle actually as this one, believe it or not. So what'll happen is it will check X plus 4. So 1, counting from the head. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the block it's going to spawn in. So it checks this block. Well, it can't do that block because there's soul sand there. It checks this block. Well, it can't do that block because there's soul sand there. It checks this block. Well, that's there. And then it'll check this block right here. And whether this block passes or fails, doesn't matter. This is where it gets stuck. And its head goes +1. So from here, up 1. So the wither's head is going to be right here. So as long as we have around it blocks that will block it in this case, bedrock, because it doesn't blow up bedrock. And then I need 1 block below it right here. So that way it doesn't fall through. And actually, maybe to be safe, we need 2. Let's try 1 because he spawns it a little bit different here. We spawned it in. Yeah, it fell through. Okay, so we need a second one down there. But the second one down there, so basically you have to have a 5 tall pillar available, which if you're doing the bottom of the world is fine. It's going to work exactly this way. Anywhere in the bottom of the world that you do it. The wither can't fall down. And we do this right here. There we go. Its head is inside of that block. It is stuck. It can't go anywhere. As long as you have blocks around it at this level, or this level, he will be stuck. He can't move side to side to get out. This is going to be important later when we talked about reinforced deep slate. Now, this orientation right here works a little bit differently. I don't quite know why. I guess just based on how the model is. It's going to check back 1, 2, 3, 4. But instead of checking Y +1, it's going to go X +1. So it's going to go this, or Z +1, I mean, sorry. Z +1, which is this direction. So as odd as it sounds, I'm going to put bedrock here. That should be where its head appears. We're going to test just real quick. There. I don't know where its head appears exactly. Here, let's see. Okay, it actually, yes, we do need another block below. So I was right. I just need a 5th block below. Let's plop that down. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then its head will appear right here. We're counting from the head. Its head will appear right here. And below where the head is, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. 5 blocks below. And then also we need to surround, I think this area right here should be fine. Yeah, that area right there should work. There you go. There he is. It works like this for each of those orientations 100% of the time without fail. So now that you understand how it works, what blocks do and don't work, let's talk about some actual applications of this. I'm going to start with the most useful one, and the one that most of you guys are probably going to want to use in the world, in your worlds, which is you want to kill the wither. You don't want to fight the wither. You want to go down to the bottom of your world to do it. There's no need to go super far away. There's no need to look up specific coordinates and go somewhere. You can literally set up a permanent place to do this right at the bottom of your base. I am going to stress heavily double and triple counting because it is a wither. If you mess up your count in some way, that's on you, and you're going to blow up your world, or you're going to have to fight the wither, one of the two. But if you count right, this works 100% of the time without fail. Let's go down to the bottom of the world. Okay, I got a little setup going here, and here's our different orientations that we know that we can work with. There's the upright. The redstone blocks signify that you need to block these blocks going back. Specifically, it could be either these or these. But you have to have the horizontal, the X blocks blocked. But again, it could be the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter which of the two that it is. And then the wither has to have something below it. When we're down here, it doesn't matter. It's always going to have something below it. And it has to have blocks in these green block spaces around it, either on the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter, but it has to be something, some configuration on all 4 sides. So, you know, it could be something like this. That's fine. As long as there's blocks around it to keep it from getting out at either one of these levels. Same thing here that we discussed, the same over there. And I did just a tiny bit of further testing here as well. And it looks like when you talk about blocking the wither in this orientation, it looks like it checks the X and the Z. So you do have to have some sort of block up here or down here on either side. So any one of these 4 blocks to block the wither and make it go back further will work perfectly fine. And then this is where the wither spawns in the gold. And these are the blocks around it that we need to have. So we're going to take that exact like line of thinking. And I'm going to keep this simple for you guys. We're going to look for something really easy to spot. Now, you can spot more things than this if you really want to look, but these are going to be the things that are easy to spot. You're going to want to find a spot where you have 3 pieces of bedrock in a row, at least, that are empty. Like this right here, like that all the way down at -62. You can get lucky and find some at -61 as well, but we're going to look for ones at -62. There's at least 1, 2, 3 blocks long. We actually have several here and one going this way. Then you're going to want to kind of look around and see where you have taller blocks. We have some in this direction, which is the positive Z. And then this is the positive X. So I'm just thinking here, I want my head to probably be somewhere here. I'm going to mock this up first. I know I'm going to put, let's say this here, and then let's say I'm going to put a head right here. So we know that in this orientation, we count from the head 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks over to the X and 1 block over to the Z. Well, there's nothing here, so that's not going to do us any good at all. Let's change this and let's have it to where like our head's going to be right here, which would mean that our body would be like this. So this would be the head. So let's count over 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. Our wither would appear in this block right here, but there's nothing on this side to keep it from getting out. So if we were to spawn it here, the wither will potentially, and I'm going to say probably at some point, go over this way and he'll be free. This spot, at least in this orientation, is not good. Let's check this way. This way looks promising. So what if we do this, and we put a head right here? So again, we're going to go, oh, but we got to go X first, right? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Nope, that's not going to work. There doesn't seem to be anything we can do in this section to get him over to here. Let's find another 3 block wide area. There's a lot of them. What if we get the head? I have a space. I know this is going to work. What if we had a space right here, right? And we put the head here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the X, 1 to the Z. And we know that his head is going to appear, should appear anyways, right inside of this block, right there. Actually, technically right below it. Let's spawn in a wither and let's see what happens. Look, he just appeared right there. His head inside of the block that I said his head would be inside of. So he's trapped. There's blocks all the way around him. He won't be able to get out. And when he dies, the nether star will push itself up and out to the nearest available location. Probably right here, but it could be anywhere right around here. Also, remember, nether stars are indestructible when your wither dies. So it doesn't matter he's doing explosions and all that stuff. It wouldn't matter if there's like, nothing matters. The nether star will be there as long as you don't let it sit for more than 5 minutes to despawn. Did they change that? Maybe it lasts longer. I don't know. Make sure you pick it up within 5 minutes to be safe. I'm going to let this run because a lot of you may know that there's also at half health for the Wither on Bedrock Edition, the wither spawns in 3 wither skeletons. I'm not as sure on what the spawning spots for them are. Honestly, we could probably figure it out. Might be a good idea to figure it out, actually. And I'll do that in a future stream, maybe. But they will appear, and I'm guessing they'll either appear stuck inside of here and they'll die, or they'll appear right here. All right, the wither skeletons are about to appear, and we don't see them. I hear them dying, though. They are dying down in there. And they died, and then I ran a command to kill everything, but their stuff popped up right here. I think it seems like they spawn in the exact spot where the wither is. So anyways, we easily, I don't even remember where it was now. We easily found ourselves a spot. I think it was right here, and he appeared over there. I can do this without fail, 100% success rate all the time, super easily. The reason why we can't really use this orientation right here is because, remember, the wither's head goes up 1 from here, meaning that no matter where you try to spawn it in this orientation, its head would always poke up. We could do this orientation but you cannot have anything be in these spots right here, or the wither won't even try to spawn. You'll see that nothing happens. It makes it a little bit harder to find this kind of space. But if you do this, you can do the same thing. You count the number of spaces I told you to count, and you can find a spot. I think what I'm going to do, because I think it'll be fun for you guys, I'm going to find a bunch of spots here. I'm going to mark them so you can see how many spots actually exist in this area, and I probably won't even get them all. I'm going to do that really quick. Okay, I've gone through this whole area, and these are all the easy ones. These are all the easy spots that I found that you can use using just strictly this method right here, the vertical, and the floor being at -62. You could maybe find a few more with the floor being at -61. There's maybe a couple potential candidates for this orientation as well. I didn't check for those. I just checked the easiest one. And in this area we had, and every single gold diamond block you see is where a head would be. So you can do an orientation of this right here to put a head in the spot where I've shown. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spots. And this area right here, 15 spawning spots for the wither. You're going to find this anywhere and everywhere. Now, let's go to the really new stuff. Let's go to the end first. I'm going to save the most interesting one, the reinforced deep slate, for last. All right, so here we are at the end, and I'm going to show you how you can kill the wither at this portal still today. You can do it. It used to be that you did it from underneath, but they changed the mechanics to where that doesn't work anymore. I think it has to do with the fact that the wither, when his head was stuck in there, wouldn't explode the blocks below him, so he would just stay trapped. Now the blocks below him explode and he's able to drop down. So the below method doesn't work anymore. You can kill him above though, and you can still collect the stars. But there is going to be one asterisk here that I'm going to have to add that makes this method inconvenient, but also very convenient at the same time. Let me show you. So we are facing the positive X direction, but we know if we put a wither right here with its head right there, it will go positive X 4 blocks and then positive Y, Y upwards 1 block. So we want to block 1, 2, these 3 blocks so he doesn't appear in any of these. And then it's going to appear with its head right inside of here. So if I just do this and I spawn the wither, you see he sets right in there. His head's in the top block and he is stuck, I guess because of the bedrock down below. Also, you may be wondering, how do you get the nether star? Well, the star would normally get pushed out of the block here and take the portal back to world spawn. But I have tested this. A minecart right below the center, hopper chest. This will capture your star every time. I've done a lot of testing on it just to show you. There we go. Wither is there. I'll just run a kill on him. And you'll see that once he dies all the way, the star will end up being, oh gosh, I don't have the thing there. There we go. Star in a chest. I killed a couple of mine carts in the process of doing this. But yes, star goes in a chest. It goes in there every single time without fail. I don't think I can make him go a block lower, because I think if I try to make him go a block lower, he does like actually use the portal. We're going to try really quick, but I'm pretty sure he uses the portal if I try to do that, because he ends up not being blocked. Although, yeah, like this should block him, but I think he just goes through the portal. Yes, he does. And then just to see, I don't know if this will matter or not. If I put a block right here, he still goes through the portal. Okay, so you have to put his body here, the arms there, bam, 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 and then he sets in. And in any of these methods, by the way, that I've shown you, you could do multiple withers. It works fine. I've done multiple. You can do multiple. It works okay. Here's the problem though. When these guys get to half health and they spawn / generate in the wither skeletons, they go through the portal. And when they go through the portal, they go to your world spawn, which means if you use this, you're going to have a ton of wither skeletons, or 3, or however many you generate, at your world spawn, causing all sorts of problems. They do not appear, at least that I've seen. We'll let these guys run. They do not appear in the center and get stuck with where the withers are. They do something else and they teleport. So if you do this method, you're probably going to want to figure out exactly where they appear. I haven't scienced that out. That's going to be on you. And you would have to make some type of like catch system that catches them, but doesn't catch the player. I don't even know how possible that's going to be. Again, I'll let you guys science it and figure it out. Let me know what you come up with. But you can easily kill withers right here. As you can see, they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. And additionally, there we go. The wither skeletons have generated. They're gone. They're at world spawn. They're not here. And then if I go ahead and I'll just leave these guys and pop through myself. I don't know where they are. Found our kill command. Do I get them? No. I have no clue. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. I don't know where they disappeared to. I thought they would be here, but that's beside the point. Let me now take you to the last discovery, maybe the coolest discovery, but I don't know how to do anything with it. And we have tried. And this is where I'm going to rely on you guys to finish this experiment that I started. Let's see. Locate structure ancient city. Okay, here we are. Ancient city, and specifically reinforced deep slate. Our positive X is this way. So if our positive X is this way, I can already tell you I can spawn a wither inside of this reinforced deep slate. We know how to do it nice and easy, right? I'm gonna go up a few blocks. I'm just gonna put this guy just right here like this. And we know he's gonna go back 1, 2. Oh, we need to move him up 1. I'm potentially setting off a ward in here. Let's just get this thing out of here. And we know what'll happen when we place these skulls down is he's going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's actually going to embed him in this reinforced deep slate. He can't break it, but here's the problem. He can get out of it. There's no blocks around him to keep him from getting him out. I tried using a stone generator, couldn't get one to work fast enough. Maybe you guys can. I'm sure that could probably be done. Maybe. I don't know of any other ways to try to trap him in there. It's the same problem. He destroys everything except for this. So I don't know how to use it. I don't know if you find some interesting way to keep him inside with lava or water. I don't know. I don't know. But you can spawn him in there and he doesn't destroy it. Meaning if somebody can figure this out, we can have easy above bedrock wither killers where we could easily set up wither skeleton killers, because I'm sure they would pop out somewhere and fall down and you could catch them and run them through a trident killer or whatever you want to do. This would be really cool. So anyways, that's all the new stuff I figured out. I hope I explained it good. I think it's pretty helpful, at the very least, for helping you kill the wither down below ground. You could do it pretty easily anywhere. And otherwise, we know exactly how the wither works now. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.